Willkommen i Aksamla and welcome to Celeritas. My name's Webbo and this is Division 2 night, Friday night at Celeritas. With us we have our owner and regular co-commentary teammate, Storm.
Hello everybody, good evening.
Hey Storm, great to have you back and good for us to be reunited after a week away from last week.
Yeah, very good to be here.
We're going to Azerbaijan tonight, so I'm expecting an exciting race. And what do you think? Safety cars tonight?
Hopefully everybody can keep it clean. It's hard, it's a difficult track, especially Sector 2. Very technical, the castle section is very tricky. Yeah, hopefully the drivers can keep it more clean than last week.
Yes. Although I have to say, I have thought that the Division 2, some of the best racing is going on in Division 2 because we seem to have a lot of very dominant people in Division 1 at the moment. And not many finishes in Division 1 in the last couple of weekends. So hope we can get more finishes across the board, really.
Yeah, last week there were loads of incidents. So hopefully we'll see a different race this week.
Hello to BMW Oosterveer and Carrera Fan, already joined us in the chat. And we must say to all of our audience and those watching back on the stream, we are tremendously grateful that we hit 100 subscribers this week on the YouTube channel, Storm.
Yeah, definitely amazing. Started just a few months ago and already 100 subscribers. And yeah, very grateful for it.
Yeah, it's amazing. Absolutely amazing. We just need 10 times that many before we can start putting adverts in.
Well, that will take a while.
Yeah, I think so. But if you're one of our drivers listening in, make sure you share. Zonic has got a nice graphic thanking our subscribers. So it'd be great if we can share that across your social media outlets. I know when we did our getting to know you driver forums, there were quite a few people who use different social media sites, so it'd be great if we can share that because we're really grateful that we're hitting good numbers and lots of watch time through the week as well as on the live nights. We've got Senna tonight. Obviously, all eyes on Dittel and Bacon's push for the championship. But Bacon's had a few bad nights in recent weeks, and I think has slipped down somewhat, Storm.
Yeah, he started the season really good. I think he was leading the championship in the first 2 or 3 rounds. Not sure. But yeah, a few bad tracks for him came up and he didn't score any points. He told me that Baku was his best track of the calendar.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting a lot from him today.
Well, tonight we have Willem, Ivan, Jamie, Senna, Dudsy, our steward, and I think we'll go with Max, MXTT, all guest driving tonight in the championship as well. And hopefully they're not going to affect the championship in a negative fashion. So it'd be nice if they didn't take any of our championship contenders out of commission, Storm, in the race. Is that Justin as well? Has he joined?
Yeah, Justin is Justin joined.
Okay.
Well,
so
a few guys have to serve a quali ban.
That's right.
So
yes.
They have to do an out lap and just come into the pit straight away and retire. Let's see, that's Cohen, S-Tube and Porchy.
Yeah, and those are for different types of incidents and usually just an accrual of different license points across the first half of the season. It's not necessarily that they've done something awful in one particular race, is it?
Yeah, it's multiple smaller, maybe multiple smaller incidents. The points will be added up, and Yeah, that was to serve a quali man.
Senna and Matt are watching along on the chat, so welcome to them. Good to have you guys watching along with us. So yes, don't be surprised to see just installation laps from Cohen Ash and Porchy, as Storm said. I imagine Porchy will feature pretty highly in qualifying, as well as presumably Justin. Although I hope Justin takes up the challenge of qualifying on hards or starting at the back or something after the Formula C race of Tuesday.
Oh no, Justin is someone else.
Oh, it's a
You
different
mean?
Justin. Oh,
Yeah, no,
it's
you
Julian, of
mean
course. I'm
Julian.
thinking, isn't it? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Julian. Yeah, Justin is a full-time Division 2 driver.
Brilliant.
He started the season, but he left this league because he didn't got a lot of time. But he joined back now.
Okay.
He will be driving the Racing Point.
Excellent. Okay, well we'll keep an eye out for him. So as you say, Bacon has been talking up his own chances here at Azerbaijan. Looks sunny for qualifying at least. Race and drive for the race, says Ustavir in the chat. Thank you very much for spotting that for us. Yeah, we're looking to get going. Looks like Senna, first one out on track. So I guess dry weather is. Oh, you've got someone else, have you?
No, it's not Tauri of Senna.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
Ivan and looks like Carrera are putting their mediums on first of all, so maybe going for a medium banker.
Yeah, tire strategy around Baku. Well, tire wear is high, especially for the rear tires. Loads of traction zones. So, in my opinion, the best tire strategy is medium to hard. Soft to hard is also possible, but your tire wear will be very high at the end of the race.
Okay.
So maybe we're going to see some two-stoppers, maybe some one-stoppers. It's going to be interesting.
Actually looks like Jamie has overtaken Senna. Potentially. No, sorry, Jamie. It wasn't Jamie. It was
Porchy.
The other Williams. Porchy, there you go. Yeah. So Porchy's the first one to start his time lap. Just finishing out the lap here. Maybe Storm, you could take us on board because he probably won't get any traffic here.
Yeah, of course. Oh, he's coming into the pits?
Of course he is. My mistake. He's one of the quali bands. Let's join Senna. He's just crossed the start-finish line.
Yeah, into turn one. Our traction zone again. Don't hit that curve on the inside.
Right.
Hit the apex very well. DRS wide open. 2 long DRS straights in this track. Also avoid this curve on the left, looking very well. Difficult corner. Sector 2 is a very technical section. Difficult to get right. Get close to the left wall, getting a good exit, missing the apex slightly. You can easily invalidate in this corner, but you can also cut it. After section, just fully send it, taking it a bit easy. Don't want to invalidate on this, going a bit wide. You don't want to invalidate on your first banker lap, of course. Getting a bit of traffic in front, the Renault of BMW. Going a bit deep, don't know if he got any damage, but he did hit the wall. No, it looks like he didn't get any damage. Try to get a good exit as possible, or I think this is the longest straight in the game, not sure. It could also be on Hanoi, the Vietnam track.
Yeah. Just going to see the lap out here. It's always tricky, that final 2 corner section, balancing. So 141.8 for Senna. It's always difficult just to balance the minimum steering angle and not managing to brush one of the walls on that final exit. If you've got the car set up low downforce, it's deceptively hard to get through that section.
Yeah, definitely. Just a trail up in provisional pole on the medium tire, 141.0.
Very
now
nice.
coming off the line just in with a 140.1.
We'll just watch as Dudsey comes across as well. Dudsey second, 140.9, quickly deposed by Matt in 140.3. There goes Ben Watson. Typical hot first lap from Ben. He's on it right away. I know he's often got a lot of fans join us. And there's Dittle already doing well for the McLarens. Dan Crowley comes in 39.1. But Dittle's time is a lot quicker there, Storm. That's a big window.
138.5. It's a very good banker lap. Very curious to see what he's going to set in a second, a third lap.
I've just realised that we've got Sparks and Jamie in the same race tonight, Storm.
Yeah, both Division 3 drivers.
Sparks P2.
Ooh, really very good lap from Sparks.
Yeah, so sorry to cut across you there, but yeah, I'm hoping these guys avoid each other on track.
Yeah, I hope so too. They did in Division 3. Sparks did win every single Division 3 race so far. So he's doing very well in Division 3, and hopefully he can get a good result in Division 2 as well.
He is. He's dominating Division 3, and I know he's really keen to get into our broadcast sessions and have the pleasure, I suppose, of listening to you and I commentate over his races. So I'm sure he's really pumped for racing tonight. Just Jamie, I think, and Bacon still to run their final lap. Jamie just hits the wall on his fast lap here. So looking to set a banker, but he's got some traffic in front of him. Williams is going to really mess up his line. He's not going to be happy about that. That Williams was very much in his way. Having already brushed the wall, I imagine this is not going to set the world alight this particular lap. Jamie, P6, though, a good lap with that distraction and that wall contact, a 140.3. So far the medium's not looking brilliant, Storm.
No. So maybe the place you want to start on is P11. So you can go for a medium hard tire strategy. Yeah. It could be a very good top.
Well, I guess if you can get in the top 10 on the mediums, you've got the same strategy advantage. So Carrera fan will be hoping that not too many more drivers can go a lot faster than him. Here's Bacon though. Hopefully he can get his first banker in. Seemingly he sort of waited for the first batch of laps to be done, I think. So he minimises traffic situation.
His sector 2 time was slightly a bit slower than Jamie's time.
Okay. I'm sure he'll appreciate you saying that. And he gets a P10 for his first banker lap. But is it only 3 fast laps you can do around Baku? It's a long lap, Storm.
Yeah, only 3 fast laps. Maybe if you take a bit more fuel in the car at the first run, and you do 2 runs back to back, you can make 4. But
Willans gets P3 there. So he got his lap in and jumped up a little bit. So I was talking up Ben Watson's early lap, but it's not looking quite as hot as usual. He's on his way out the pits. He's going to try again. He'll know how he did. We didn't see it on screen, but he'll obviously know how he got on. It's Sui here who is joining us for the first time tonight. Is he now a regular Division 2 driver?
Yeah. Sui is a full-time Division 2 driver. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Excellent. Okay. So I assume he had quite a lot of pace in his trial run to go straight into Division 2.
Yeah, I think Dawidek did his greatest trial. Not actually sure, but well, on his first banker lap, immediately P6.
Yeah.
That's quite good.
Very good indeed. So Dittel and Ben are back out. We'll join them in a minute once Sui's gone through. He's just finishing up his lap. Down the start-finish straight. I always think that the start-finish line should be a lot further back at Baku. Oh, he comes in the pits. Because I'm always looking at my time just as the braking markers turn up. So Willem's managed to invalidate his second attempt there. Should we join Dittel on board? It could be a pole run. Just closing out the last section of his lap. Actually, let's go with Ben Watson because he's just finished his outlap here. And we'll stay with him for the first sector. See how he gets on. So these inside curves easily spit you into the wall, won't they?
Yeah, they do. Especially if you are driving without traction control.
Yeah. So we'll find out his first sector time very shortly. Significantly under, so a third of a second under already for Ben. I think that's relative to himself rather than relative to Dittel.
Yeah, it's to himself. He has to improve by 0.8 of a second for pole position.
Okay, so some way to go, but that looks smooth and certainly well in control. Hit every apex through the castle. On the way out of the castle, difficult braking point here. Crest of a turn. Easy to unsettle the car. Misses the apex through there, but he's up again on his time, so this could see him jump up a few places. I think just foot to the floor for this section. Watch for your braking point coming down, and Ben Watson crosses the line. P2, so that was a very good lap from him. Very, very good. He was super close to Dittel. Dittel's slightly over his best time, it looks like, Storm, at the moment. So I don't think he's going to make it up because there's not much you can do in that third sector.
No, it's only one corner, and yeah.
Comes across the line.
Improved, yeah.
He did slightly improve there. So 0.08 is the difference in pole to second place. And quite typically, there's those McLarens at the front of the grid again. Bacon leaving it all to do for the championship. Yeah, just watching Dan Crowley's second lap attempt here. It's just started up, and we'll see how he gets on into the first sector.
I think he backed off. Yeah, he's not
Ivan's gone.
right.
Yeah, he's just retired from the session, Ivan.
Oh, that's weird. Not sure what happened to him.
So yeah, Dan's on a slow warm-up, so I think he might be offsetting his attempt here. We'll join somebody else for now. Jamie's under his time in sector 1, 4/10. So this could see a move up for Jamie.
He just did set a lap. He just improved to a 1:39.9. This is his in lap.
Ah, great. Yeah. Okay, great stuff.
He did improve though.
So P7 so far for Jamie. Time for one more circuit and one more attempt. Let's have a look at our returning Justin and his attempt to bring the Force India further up the racing point, further up the grid. I keep doing it.
You are allowed to give a tow to your teammate.
Yeah.
This is like a perfect track for a tow. But I didn't see any teammates give each other a tow.
Nobody's worked that yet. No. Here comes Justin. Is he going to set his time? Any improvement? Yes, a big improvement, up to P6 for Justin, depending on his nationality. So, good start from him. Everyone on softs now. Ivan will have free choice of tyres, but didn't really set a time there. Looks like Carrera fan on an outlap. Got Senna nearing, I think, the end of the lap. No, he's about in the middle at the moment. Just looking for a driver on a hot lap. Storm, it's quite difficult to find one at the moment. I think Bruno is closing out his lap. He's over the pole sitter time, but I think this might see him improve his start position. We'll see as he gets down closer to the finish line, and he pits.
Willan was crossing the line in a second.
Great, okay.
We only need to improve by 1/100th of a second for P3.
Pole position for Willans. Look at that, 138.469. So great spot from you there, Storm. And we watched the pole man cross the line. Unfortunately, it was a horrible camera angle, looking through his rear view mirror and roll hoop. But yeah, Willans gets the pole at this point. We'll see if he can hold it off. I don't know how much extra Dittle's got in the tank. Who can say? That's where we go racing. Looks like Jamie just finishing a lap here. One decent corner to go. I like sometimes you get that glimpse of the cars running side by side on different directions of the track on this street circuit with different camera angles. Jamie's going to come across the line, and he stays P6, but improved his time somewhat there.
Jamie's on very old tires, so he's going to struggle in the race. He's probably going for a 2-stop.
So possibly a strategic error there from Jamie, but we'll stay on board with Ben Watson for the start of his lap and see if he can start to improve or catch Willans. I've got someone in the chat called Flaming Phoenix. I've not seen that person before. Welcome to the Celeritas channel. Good to have you with us. So Ben is 0.025 faster here coming through the first sector. So he's going to want to consolidate that and maybe grab a little bit more. Takes a lot of apex from that tricky corner on the way into the castle. That looked nice, Storm through that.
Yeah, he took it a bit safe through the castle. Maybe he didn't want to smash it into the wall.
Passed a little piece of debris on the track as well on his way out. Might have been distracting.
You can really hop over that curve. I didn't see anyone do it.
Giving your strategy away again, Storm. Ben's over his time slightly now.
I'm not racing tomorrow. So.
No, that's true. That's true. But I think we go. Did we go to Azerbaijan in Formula C?
Yeah,
we do.
So, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Ben crosses the line then. Just over his time, so no improvement for Ben. We'll go switch straight to Dittle, who's got a purple sector in here. Now into sector 3.
He is improving, quite a bit.
Wow, so Dittle goes for pole, tries to reclaim that pole position. Can he do it? Yes, he can. Yeah. 0.199 faster, a 38.3. I don't know how this compares to time trial times being bragged about this week on the Discord, but that was some lap from Dittle. So great drive.
Sparks and then Crowley both improving.
Sparks looking pretty good here. So Sparks looking to get better than P4 at the moment. Exotic P5, as you say, yeah, excellent. Dan Crowley P5 takes that off him as we speak. Sparks across the line.
Will we get pole? Will we get it? Yes,
Wow.
137.9. Amazing lap from Sparks.
Terrific lap there. Congratulations to Sparks. I don't see anybody else likely to top that, so Sparks will give him the glory run on the stream. Congratulations to Sparks. P1, almost from nowhere really. He was down in outside the top 3 the whole session, but chose the final run to nail it all together. And Forza Ferrari. Let's go Sparks, well done. This is fantastic and shapes up for a great claim for him to get himself into Division 2 next season.
Definitely. He improved like 7/10 on his final lap, that's impressive. 137.
Bacon wants Sparks promoted directly to Division 1. But
Division 1.
Yeah, I think because Bacon doesn't want him in Division 2. But anyway, Bacon. Speaking of Bacon, he did well. We'll take you through the order. Sparks P1 from Dittel and Willans. McLaren P4 with Ben Watson. Dan Crowley, the highest of the Alfa Romeos, in P5. P6 for iExotic. 7 will start Impossible Bacon, number 2 in our championship. Sui in 8th. Jamie 9th. Justin in 10th for Racing Point, then Dudsey, Carrera Fan, Matt Senna, Ustavia and Bruno, and then the rest of our Qualiban people plus Ivan at the bottom of the grid. But yeah, terrific drive there from Sparks in the Ferrari. Carrera Fan missed the timing beam to start his lap. It sounds like his last lap, so he's rearing the one that got away.
Very excited for this race. Loads of fast guys up front.
Yeah.
A few fast guys at the back. Porchy, Cohen, S-Tube. Porchy and Cohen also doing very good in Division 2. They are quite a bit up in the standings. Mm-hmm. So maybe they can go for the alternative strategy and yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, absolutely. So our top 10 will all definitely start on softs, I believe, and as you suggest, possibly hards or mediums for the first one. Is it for the rest of the grid? Are they quite likely to start on hards and just try and avoid any carnage at the start?
I think most of the guys outside the top 10 will start on the mediums.
Yeah.
Because if you start on the hards and you pick up damage into turn 1, yeah, you are screwed. It will be very difficult to get back.
Yeah, but absolutely, the window to put hards on if you crash it in the first few laps, you can definitely recover the race.
A few guys did put it on the hards. Porchy, Cohen, Ivan, BMW, Senna.
Yeah. Although we do often find when we're commentating together, Storm, that you're surprised with people's strategies. And I don't know if they're quite as experienced as you are in League 50% racing on the strategy side. I'm sure they'll have remembered all the right strategies for next season.
So they do have an advantage for next season if they watch the stream.
Yes. Yeah. Definitely, and maybe people will do that. Maybe they'll do their homework before the races of next season. But there's room for us to put some tracks in next season that we haven't had this year, this time round. Notably, we haven't had any cars going around Monaco. So Porchy, Cohen, and Ash will start at the back, just behind Ivan in the other Ferrari. So the Ferrari's bookending our grid order. We've got Bruno down there for Red Bull. So lots of the cars split across. It's only really the McLarens who are in a similar position on the track, on our grid at the moment. Here's Ustavia in the Renault. Yeah. AlphaTauri with Senna. There's Matt, I'm hoping he was joking on the stream. He was suggesting that he would dive bomb first corner and take as many people out as he can. It might be his last race if he does that deliberately.
Who did say that? Matt?
Yeah.
Well,
it's a dangerous joke to make, because if you then have an accident at the start, it's very difficult to come back from that. That claim, isn't it?
Didn't think about that one.
No, no, definitely not.
He's the front runner of the alternative strategy. So
yeah,
if he does that, yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't ruin everybody else's race, but also his own race.
I'm not expecting too many penalties today, Storm. Are you? In track limits?
No, maybe a few here and there, but not big penalties like 10 seconds plus.
So the McLarens don't get the front of the grid, but they do get the inside going into turn 1. We'll see if that's any kind of an advantage for these guys. So Sparks on the left, Dittel on the right. It's lights out and go, go, go at Celeritas with Azerbaijan. Just trying to make out Sparks, gets a great drive. Ben tries to sneak up the inside of Willans at the start there. Looks like we've got cars flying all over the place out of the first turn. I'm going to stay with the front of the grid as Ben tries to sneak up the inside yet again. He's got the inside line going down the proper straight, but looks like VSC already. Storm, what did you catch further down?
I saw a few end plates flying in the air, but I didn't see exactly who it was. I know Ivan jumped the start. He got a drive-through penalty.
Right. Okay.
A few penalties picked up already. 5-second penalties, collisions.
Yeah, we're just waiting for the grid tower to shake its way out. Codemasters have had almost a year, and that glitch still isn't working properly. VSC is in action, but I think Dittel's expecting it to be over because he's right up behind Sparks. Dittel trying to take advantage. Sparks hits the wall in the castle section. A Ferrari hits the castle wall, and I'm expecting the I am stupid memes to pop up almost immediately in Discord as Sparks tumbles down the order. He ghosted pretty early, so no one was affected too badly. Dittel's ahead, being pressured by Willans into locking up. Willans might have been hoping perhaps to close in on Dittel a little bit further down the line, but here we go down the first straight. I think this is going to be Slipstream City as we head down the streets of Baku. Just joining, we've got Willans on board. Dittel makes him go the long way round. Dittel's going to try and he has to actually dip back under and slipstream. But we've also lost Porchy. Porchy's quite high up in the championship, so Porchy has seemed to leave the session, but I think possibly has rejoined due to connection. But Oosterveer's gone already, Storm.
Yeah, it was Porchy's connection, I think. I did invite him back. Maybe he can rejoin the session.
Great. Yeah.
A few guys pitting, Sparks, Justin, Sui, all pitting.
Yeah. I dare say Sparks has got damage. Sparks pits. I think he's gone on to the hards. But up at the front, it looks like, unfortunately, we've missed the overtake for the lead. Willans looked like he got him into turn 3. So they go back through the castle section, and this time the car in front of Dittel makes it through the castle section okay. McLaren's running second and third behind Willans in first place. Our grid still hasn't formed up properly on the tower, so I can't give you the full breakdown of position changes. Still saying Sparks is in the lead. No, that's not the case.
I think besides Sparks, the grid is all,
there we go. Excellent. Okay, so Cohen starting at the back, Storm, 10 places up on lap 2.
And he is on hards now, so he's in a very good position.
Very, very good. Yeah, absolutely. Great stuff from him. Of course, we've seen Sparks tumbling down the order. Justin has gone down as well. Sparks has just picked up a track limits penalty. Porches left the session, so again, connection again. I think that, I don't think he's retired. Sparks has gone. Oh no. So the pole sitter curse storm resumes yet again on Celeritas.
Sparks completely lost it into the barriers, yeah.
Wow. Okay. It's not always the best situation to get pole position on at Celeritas. It does seem to come with it a high risk of problems. McLaren's running close together. We've seen them swap positions in the past, but I know Dittel is the one racing for the championship. So VSC again, Storm. Was that impact from Sparks?
Yeah, I think so. I didn't see any other incidents. So I think that was Sparks' car.
Okay, VSC.
Drive-through penalty, speeding under the safety car.
Right, okay. So Dudsey will go down the order shortly. Interesting. Okay, so penalties racking up already. It's only lap 3. We've got Willans from Dittel, from Ben Watson. 4th place, Dan, followed by Bacon, who's made up some places at the start there. Then Jamie. Dudsey won't be in 7th place for long with his drive-through. He's just picked up, and Cohen up to 8th. So Cohen 8th place, 4 seconds behind Dudsey on hard tyres. Must be hoping for a good run here today. Field spreading out a little bit. Bacon catching Dan Crowley down the start-finish straight, but we don't have DRS action until the next couple of turns, I think, when we should see DRS available very soon. So perhaps it's now. Bacon, yeah, his DRS is open, so hunting down Dan Crowley. Just gets nice and close into turn 4. Won't be able to do anything through this section, I don't imagine, but needs to stay with him through the castle and out the other end. We'll keep an eye on the gaps as much as possible. Looks like Sui down in 10th place is alongside Dudsey. So defending, I think, from Dudsey's Williams. 2 into 1 didn't work out very well there. Sui having to yield, but of course he'll get that place back shortly after Dudsey's drive-through. For the other Williams further down, he's also tackling another AlphaTauri. So those two teams really locked together tonight so far in the race. But let's head towards the front of the grid and see if Dittel is able to stay with Willans through the final sector. He is. He'll get DRS and he'll hope to keep his foot flat to the floor through this section despite the dirty air. Lack of he had a slight oversteer moment, but I think he's held it together fine. Willans is pulling away slightly, got good top to top speed, trying to break the toe. I don't think Dittel's going to get him this time, and they've gapped Ben behind.
Yeah, Dittel's playing the long game. He's saving his battery, saving his fuel, right. And Willans has already drained his battery. So Dittel's just waiting for the right moment, the right time to go for the overtake, and then to lay a 1 second gap to get Willans out of the DRS.
Well, here comes Bacon with DRS. Dan gives a little shimmy to the inside. Bacon up the inside, turn 4. Didn't quite make it round there. If you go side by side, sometimes that does seem to favour the car on the outside. That turn 3, I think it is, after the straight. Wow. Okay. I hope that's not. There's a yellow flag. I hope that's not going to bring out a safety car.
It was in the castle section. I think he hit the barrier, turned around, and got disqualified for driving the wrong way.
Wow, adding insult to injury for Ashtube. Not the best race. He wasn't allowed to qualify tonight due to accumulation of license points. Yeah, he's just DSQ'd. He said he's just trying to get the car turned around in the castle section. So a race to forget for Ashtube, but he can reset and start again next time. Next time out. Let's look at Dittel, who's got that DRS. and ERS being deployed. Ben's caught him. Dittles goes around the outside. Looks like possibly even Ben is going to try and get Willans. Willans tries to stay with Dittle. Shapes to the inside. Dittle is having none of it. Leaves racing room. That's how you defend a place. Willans into the wall. So, I think might have been helped around by Ben Watson. Willans unsuccessfully tries to do a turn in the road just on the exit at the pits and has lost his entire front wing for a lap of Baku. That's going to be a challenge, Storm, and it's going to see him tumble down the grid. Meanwhile, Cohen up to 5th.
There's a safety car, so that's very unfortunate for Cohen. He's on the hard tires, and now all the soft runners can pit for either the mediums to go for the 2-stop or the hards for the 1-stop. But I think it will be a stretch to make the hards to the end. Not sure.
Okay, so it'd be interesting to see. I fully expect everybody, now there's that safety car, fully expect everybody to pit in turn. Is there a safety car delta you've got to stick to? It seems like Dittle's driving fairly conservative, because I'm sure he's very keen to get around to that pit lane as quickly as possible and keep the track position and the gap.
Yeah, there's definitely a safety car delta. And if you drive faster than the delta, you will.
And there is Carrera fan.
Yeah. I just wanted to say you will get a drive-through penalty if you speed under the safety car. But well,
absolutely.
Carrera fan showed it's true.
I think we're in for a long evening tonight, Storm. It's only lap 6, and we've hit a safety car already. The laps seem to take a lot longer than some of the other tracks we go to, but let's see what Dittle does. We're on the helicopter cam with Dittle. Surely he decides to pit. Yes, he does. Who else? Ben goes in as well. Bacon comes in. Yeah. Willans, of course, will be coming in, but Cohen, I expect, will stay on those hards.
I expect him to stay out and just go for the medium.
Dittle's gone for hards. Storm, Dittle on the hards.
Yeah, so probably the hards will make it to the end.
Okay.
Probably.
Then we've got Carrera pitting. Dan in the Alfa Romeo. Is he going to pit as well? No. Dan stays out on fresh mediums. Yeah. Jamie pits. We have Senna. And Senna went through. Yeah, Senna went through, so he's stayed on his tyres. He was fairly recently on mediums as well. So yeah, the strategy completely shaken up here. I think Dittle has managed to rejoin in the lead, so he's kept track position and got the new tyres on. Cohen behind him will have hard tyres that are warmer, I expect. We do see hard tyres after a restart. Can be really icy difficult, right?
Yeah, definitely. We have DJ in the chat saying it's really noticeable that Storm is Dutch. I heard that a lot. Like the typical Dutch English accent. I heard a lot from other drivers that I sound exactly like DJ.
Yep. Yep.
Well, I'm working on it. Only 100 more commentaries like this, and maybe my English will be a bit better.
Oh, your English is fine, and there's no problem with accents. Accents help us recognise each other, I'm sure. So it's part of your distinctiveness, and I don't think there's a problem there. Dragon saying he's got the same problem. Because he's Dutch too, so he can do that. He can talk about the terrible Dutch accent, I think he thinks.
Yeah, he has the same problem. He's telling us so well.
So as we tour around on the safety car, we'll do a quick review of position changes. Really good for Cohen, as we've mentioned, but also Porchy. Porchy was another driver who started right at the back. I think he's now pitting. But he's gained 13 places so far with penalties. Good start from Senna as well. Senna was saying he was nervous at the start of the race tonight, but no need to be nervous for Senna, running around in P6, starting 8 places lower than that. Ben and Dan, they've wound up exactly pretty close to where they started, at least, and I think but Bacon's driving well. Good typical race from Bacon. He's always good with his racecraft and very good at staying out of trouble. And we've got Willands in 8th, recovering from that accident that triggered the safety car, I think, when he tried to turn the car around and took the wing off. And so far we've lost Sparks. Again, another early problem. He's our pole sitter. Oosterveer, one of our editors. He's the Division 1 editor, Oosterveer. And so he won't have the ignominy of editing his own race. He didn't manage to partake in for very long. And Ash 2 we lost as well, following, again, trying to get that car turned around. If you've got the car facing the wrong way in the castle section, I'm not quite sure what you're supposed to do if the game disqualifies you for trying to turn around.
Yeah, we have loads of different tire strategies right now. Cohen, who didn't pit yet, 7-up on hards, so he will have to pit again. Little lick, fresh hard tires, he probably will make it to the end. We have some fresh medium runners.
Yeah. And Bacon put softs on, yeah. early decision from Bacon there to put fresh softs while managing to get up to P3. You'd have thought perhaps he would have gone for a more conservative strategy at this point in the race, but it could pay off. This might well not be the only safety car period, but the safety car period is almost over. I don't know if Cohen will get racy with Ditto at the start and try and take advantage, but he's far too far back, it looks like. No, Ditto could have made... No, he probably would have overtaken the safety car, wouldn't he, if he'd have went then? So hasn't let the safety car get too far ahead. We'll watch from the position of Bacon. Cohen's right up there with Ditto. Ditto goes from the lead. Cohen following behind, pretty close, 3/10. Don't think close enough to make a difference into the start. Bacon ran slightly wide there on new tyres. So far, no, I think we've got problems. Is that Senna? Senna seemingly swinging out into the middle of the track, and he's tumbling down the order slightly. So not great from him, I think. Senna on fresh tyres, struggling to get them heated up. You really don't find out about it. There's an AlphaTauri turning around. It's Senna again. Senna is right down the bottom of the field, Storm.
I saw an AlphaTauri also losing his front wing. I think it was MXTT slamming into the back of the front guys who broke very early. I'm not sure what happened there.
Okay, so we haven't had sufficient contact to cause a yellow, so we might be okay. We don't want another yellow flag right now and another safety car immediately. We go racing. Ditto has stayed ahead of Cohen for now. Bacon's actually caught up with Cohen. Bacon will have a big tyre advantage at this stage. Once those soft tyres are warm, look for him slingshotting out of the final corners and having a good run on Cohen down into turn 1, I expect. Really close here already. But Cohen will be happy, I imagine, to stick with his strategy at this point. Doesn't need to fight with a soft tyre runner right now. Further down though, Dan Crowley's even closer to Ben Watson. Up the slipstream, Ben gives him the outside. This camera angle drives me mad. Looks like Bacon got around the outside of Cohen as Ben defended from Dan Crowley, who will try and go again at the next DRS. Looks for a good exit, doesn't get it. Ben gets quite a bit further up the road, but Bacon in second now has his championship rival of Ditto Lick in his sights. Ditto on hard tyres, Bacon on softs, so Bacon will be hoping to dispatch Ditto at this early stage.
Yeah, I just seen the fuel indicator come up from Bacon. So that's
Interesting.
quite strange because we are only 10 laps in and he's already low on fuel. So maybe he did underfuel the car.
Yeah. Maybe he's running rich right now, and
possible.
we'll do some conservation later. Maybe he's just running deliberately rich while on these fresh softs. It's a tactic, but it will compromise you later on unless we get a safety car and you can run around in lean for a while.
Definitely.
Yeah. He's definitely targeting this lap or the next lap to make the difference, but that traction moment out of the castle is not going to help him. I don't know if he'll stay close enough to challenge. He's just over 4/10 as they go through that fast left-right at the end of the lap. Yeah, I think he'll be close enough. Running on rich mix. Full deployment, I assume. But Dittle's top speed is really strong. He gives him the outside. Bacon breaking down on the curbs will get a good line coming out and gets the job done around the outside of Dittle with that enhanced grip on those soft tyres. Bacon will obviously want to get through this next DRS zone and then switch the car down, turn everything down and try and recover.
Yeah, very good move from Bacon on the brakes around the outside.
It
well
was.
done.
He was definitely flirting with track limits though.
Yeah, true. He might did get a warning.
Worth it maybe.
Yeah, we have DJ saying in the chat, as it stands, I'd say that Dittle will win. Yeah, Dittle's in a very good position right now. He doesn't need to pit anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, Bacon has to pull a, what is it, maybe a 20-second gap to Dittle. Yeah, that's gonna be hard.
It is going to be hard, it is. But of course, at the end of the race, I don't expect Bacon to be able to do this and one more soft run, but I'm sure he'll be able to do a sprint now and a medium to the end.
Yeah.
But of course, at that point in the race, Dittle's tyres should be going off. Of course, it will all depend on tyre management and management of all the different factors that these drivers can make, as well, of course, as the joker of the safety car, which can throw everybody's plans out the window. Could be that Bacon only needs a 10-second gap for if we get a safety car and he times it right. But he's only going to have maybe 5 or 6 laps on these softs to pull a gap and hope for another safety car. Let's concentrate a bit further down the order because Cohen has unsuccessfully defended from Ben Watson, so Ben's got by through there. Cohen on these older hard tyres. He's now got two medium runners behind him, so it might be that stage in the race for Cohen where his progress is halted and he starts going backwards.
He is on very old tyres, so
yeah,
he is struggling with this.
Definitely. Jamie's made it up the grid a bit more. He was down in kind of 14th a couple of laps ago, so with those incidents that we saw, Senna retires from the session. I don't know if he went to the pit storm, but Senna's had enough.
He crashed? I'm looking
you're kidding. Yeah.
Now,
There we've got a yellow flag in sector 1, so a retirement. If he hit the car into the barrier hard enough to trigger a yellow and a retirement. I'm slightly nervous we're going to get another safety car. Let's hope not. Let's hope not.
They already moved the car out of the way, so
Excellent.
It's all good.
It's too soon to have to commentate on another safety car. But Dan, Cohen's managed to get a little bit of a gap on Dan Crowley, who now has Willans and Porchy. Porchy making his way up the grid, a little bit better than Cohen at this stage, and they're on equal lap hard tyres, so they both pitted for hards very early. So just further down, let's ride on board Willans and see if he's got the top speed difference. Even with DRS, because the car in front has got DRS, it's actually pulling away from Willans down the straight. It's all about setup here, Storm. Dan shapes up the inside, but Cohen holds the outside line. Willans tries to take advantage. This could end badly as Dan pulls back onto the racing line. Yeah, Willans loses it in traction. but Porchy isn't close enough to take advantage as Dan gets another try on Cohen into turn 3. Not close enough. Lots of action through there.
Yeah, I think Dan and Cohen are using a slightly lower downforce setup.
What's your preference here? Is it top speed or a grip through this tricky middle sector? You like the top speed?
Yeah, you need a lot of top speed around this track because it's almost impossible to overtake through this middle sector.
Yeah, and also with lots of short 90-degree corners, downforce doesn't have a great role, only in the braking really. There's only a couple of sections where high downforce would make a big benefit for you. Exotic is pretty close here for P9 with Sui.
Will got hit by Porchy.
I'm not surprised, they're very close to each other. Porchy didn't do a bump and run. Looks like Porchy's damage. Yeah, hits the wall.
Oh.
That looked deliberate, Storm.
Whoa.
He's about to retire on track.
Yeah.
No, I think he's going to get it to the. I think he's going to get it round to the pits to retire. But I think he was considering considering an early retirement there.
Very close. With the damage, he would have smashed it into the wall and lost his tire.
Just in pits here to get rid of those old mediums. They've reached the end of the life for him on lap 11 on those tyres, so that's important information for the rest of the grid that they won't be able to monitor unless they're listening in. 11 laps looks to be about the maximum for medium tyres under these current conditions. Cohen seemingly got through maybe a graining phase on those hard tyres and is back up to speed with Dan and Willans. Porchy has retired and left the session, it looks like. So I'm sure it looked like he was considering an early retirement, but he's done the right thing in the end.
Or he just got lucky. We'll never know.
Willans closing now on Cohen through this section where grip is at a premium and Cohen hasn't got any of it. So Willans hoping to make a move on Cohen. Cohen's done 13 laps on the hard tyres. Willans only 6 on the medium at this stage of the race. Has nobody got a penalty right now?
No, Porchy didn't have a penalty, but we retired, so nobody's on a penalty.
Yeah, so everybody's paid for their crimes already, I think. Here comes Willans. DRS on Cohen. I don't expect Cohen's going to have much to fight, but he does put up a defence to the inside. Cars have been driving around the outside of him though, so he leaves his braking deliberately late to steal the line, but it doesn't work. Willans knew what was coming and gets himself into P4, which I'm pretty sure with let me think, I think he'll probably, that's about the position he'll be in towards the end if he can gap Cohen successfully, because everyone ahead of him.
Bacon pitted. He's in P9 now.
Okay, interesting. So Bacon, that was Bacon's soft tyre sprint session. He's now got 2 hard runners ahead of him. Let's go and join Bacon and see him on his track position recovery. He's got lots of cars ahead of him, so he'll be hoping to pick these off, 1 or 2 down the next straight, I imagine. But he's got Exotic immediately ahead with Sui and Jamie. Here we go.
Fighting through the castle section is very dangerous.
Yeah.
But they're not going for an overtake through there.
So good driving so far. The problem that Bacon's going to have is everyone's going to have DRS in this train.
Sui just overtook Jamie. Jamie is struggling in his old soft tyres.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, so 7 laps. Jamie's definitely the end of those soft tyres life. He'll be hoping just to get round to the big drift on the way out. He'll be hoping to get to the pit lane without someone crashing into him, I think. Patience needed from these drivers as Jamie is all over the road, struggling. They go around the outside of him, and he needs to pull across into the pit lane as Bacon gets a double toe before the DRS, opens the DRS, gets iExotic down the start-finish line. Jamie dives into the pits. That worked out perfectly for Bacon as Bacon gets back into P7. Wow, what a sequence that would that's one for the highlight reel.
It was a really
iExotic punts into the back of Bacon on the way through turn 2. That's not going to be well received. iExotic was blaming another car for hitting him earlier in the race, and he went and did it straight into the back of Bacon, so that's absolutely halted Bacon's progress after a fantastic section of the race.
Did Bacon pick up any damage? It doesn't look like it.
I can't see anything noticeable. It was quite a slow speed turnaround on the way out of turn 2. He was already on the accelerator and he just got a tap, and that was enough to turn him round. So not the best driving there from iExotic. Not much defence if you hit the car ahead of you.
Yeah, what I just saw right before the incident was Jamie entering the pit lane, hitting the barrier while entering the pit lane. So he did that front wing damage, needed to change his front wing, and he sped into the pit lane. So he did that.
Everything going wrong for Jamie on the way into the pits. I imagine there was a certain degree of panic going on, given what was happening on track. Here we've got Willans coming behind Dan Crowley, and not for the first time we're seeing Dan Crowley's good top speed. Willans gets the inside line. Horrible camera angle, but he gets the job done before the braking zone. He'll be pleased about that. He can take his racing line and into P3 for Willans. I expect him to be stopping again. It's lap 17 of 26, so I'm expecting Willans in the next 2 or 3 laps if the previous cars are anything to go by. Likewise, I think it's going to be adventurous for Bacon to be able to get to the end. That looked like he pitted just at maybe a lap or 2 ahead of Optimum to bring these mediums to the end. Jamie's got that penalty for pit lane speeding and new wing, and he's down in P11 at the moment. So Bacon recovering back, catching iExotic, and will be nervous about getting past iExotic and staying ahead of him through the next few corners, I'm pretty sure now after that. Meanwhile, at the top of the grid, Dittel has put a big gap on Ben. This is not normal for the McLaren relationship. Dittel and Ben usually very, very close on track, so I wonder where Ben's speed relative to Dittel has gone tonight. I don't know if Willans is starting to catch Ben, but there's nothing to choose between Ben and Dittel on strategy either, so can't even blame a difference in tyre tonight. Looks like Dittel's got the measure of his teammate.
Yeah, there are only big gaps on the track. With a Bacon just coming up to iExotic and Carrera Fan behind MXTT, and that's it.
Just watching, Carrera Fan. I'm going to go with Matt because I'm pretty sure that's his YouTube name is Matt, so it might be easier to read than MXTT. So Carrera Fan, he has won in Celeritas, but it's been a little while, and I know he'll be keen to get a good result out of tonight. But in our divisional races in Season 1, points are only awarded to the top 10. He gets by Matt using DRS down the start-finish straight. We're told on screen that the medium, it's about time that the medium runners can do the last 12 laps on fresh mediums, so that option is open to perhaps Willans and Dan. They might go for another set of mediums. I'm not sure anybody else will take up that offer at the moment. Everybody else will be probably trying to get to the end. Maybe Matt. What's happening with Cohen, Storm?
Cohen is on 17 lap on hard, so he didn't even make one pit stop yet.
Yeah, he definitely needs to get those tyres changed. So this could be the right window for him to see out the rest of the race. But I wonder if he's been waiting for another safety car.
Yeah, that would be massive for him.
Yeah, absolutely. Doesn't look like Bacon's managing to make as strong inroads on iExotic as he did the first time round. Obviously will have compromised his tyres with the spin, but he's heading down the back straight, the main start finish straight, sorry, and he's got DRS now. Will he get by? iExotic makes him go around the outside. Pass done. Let's just hope iExotic avoids his gearbox this time, and it looks like Bacon's back through for P5 currently. There's a chance some of the drivers ahead of him might start to struggle though. They're on older tyres, so Bacon could still do this. He could still get up to the podium potentially, but he's got quite a gap to catch. He'll be hoping for some form of safety car. Yeah, fairly typical for a long track. We have got big gaps at the moment.
Yeah, Matt in the pit again changing his front wing, I guess.
Wow, okay. Dramatic race for Matt at the moment. So that gap is opening up by probably 4 or 5 tenths a lap from Dittle to Ben Watson. I assume Dittle's taking his time and taking it quite easy. You would at the front of the grid like this, but seemingly Ben can't answer him.
With the yellow flag for Mercedes. Jamie spun.
Oh no, Jamie spins, does he? Okay, in the castle section looks like.
Yeah.
So, yeah, full focus needed at all times around Azerbaijan. Lots of right-hand corners will often mean it's difficult to remember exactly where you are, but he's lost a bit of front wing there. I wonder if he's heading into the pits. Smashes the wall on the way out, leaves debris in the middle of the track. Hopefully that won't be a problem for any of our running drivers, but he has totaled his front wing, and I imagine we'll be heading to the pits. I don't know if that will be for a retirement, as Matt retires as well.
Yeah, he retired on track. He crashed into the castle section and then retired.
Okay, so yeah, bad set of sequence of laps for these drivers. Jamie comes into the pits, hits the wall twice. Does he gets the car stopped in time? I wonder if he will retire here. He's got his serving a penalty for his previous trip into the pits. So it's all going wrong for Jamie on the track at the moment. Don't you love how when they take the wing off, firstly the nose stays where it was, and secondly when they take off a broken wing, a perfectly fixed
extra downforce
wing turns up in the mechanic's hands.
a double wing, a wing over another wing, yeah. Is extra downforce.
We've got a great battle at the moment, 7th, 8th, 9th Storm. Very close.
Yeah, very close indeed. Let's see who has the fastest lap. Justin still has the fastest lap right now.
Okay,
but
interesting.
Our two guys are out on fresh soft tires, so maybe they will steal his fastest lap.
Yeah. So Bacon's gained 2 seconds on Sui through that last couple of laps. So 4 lap old mediums versus 13 lap hards. He'll be hoping to catch Sui before the end and get himself on the podium. Meanwhile, it looks like Willans has got the best drive out of the final corner. There's nowhere to go. He kind of makes his own room between the 3 cars. He's in the middle. Looks like Dan Crowley got Cohen. Willans switches back to the outside, tries to hold that outside line and gets it done. So a little bit of elbows out, Storm. No harm, no foul in the driving, and Willans gets 2 places down that back start-finish straight.
It's a very good battle, but Dan Crowley is now coming back up to Willans, coming around the outside. Very tricky corner to overtake, and he goes a bit deep, hitting the wall.
That was adventurous, and I didn't get the feeling Willans was going to cede position easily there. But yeah, he had the inside line, and Dan into the wall. Has to do the job all over again on Cohen, who sort of drives through it all.
Yeah, and now Dan did picked up some front wing damage. Well,
Right.
he is on fresh soft tires, so yeah, that's just not what you want.
No, bad luck for him through that sequence. I think could have given a little bit more racing room, perhaps, but it's difficult in these street circuits to do that consistently.
Yeah, from my point of view, he just outbraked himself. I'm not sure.
Okay. In the Celeritas leagues, everybody does have the right to appeal action on track that either the Codemaster stewards didn't pick up or the Codemaster stewards picked up wrongly. So they do report incidents, and it's you, isn't it, Storm, who has to officiate the incidents for Division 2?
Yeah, definitely. I'm the Division 2 steward, so if the drivers cause an incident, they can report it and I'll have a look at it and edit, and yeah.
So Cohen finally makes that pit stop onto soft tyres. So it looks like he'd already done it and he had to go and do it again, possibly. He's in P9, P10 now with Carrera Fan going past. I wonder if Cohen can retrieve a points finish from here. So Storm, on commentary you're watching Division 2 and then you have to officiate. How often do you have your mind changed by in-car footage, do you think?
Yeah, pretty often, because as a steward you can ask the footage of all the drivers, so you can see lots of different point of views from other drivers.
Yeah. It always changes the perspective of an incident when you can see everybody, and particularly like a following car from both drivers, you get the best view. But on commentary, unfortunately, we can only show one camera angle at once, and I absolutely wish we had a fast replay, of an incident or something. That would be top of my list for new features to be added. If you can just if someone DNFs or makes contact with a barrier, you've got the option to show a quick replay. That would be pretty awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
So Justin rejoining the league, currently driving in P8, but hunting down P7 of Dan Crowley. Up ahead, we've got Willans and Exotic trading places again. This time, nice and clean. Job done for Willans. Dan and Justin stay in the positions they were in at the start of that straight. Let's have a look. It's lap 23, so not far to go now. Penalty situation, just Dan Crowley and Carrera Fan on 3 seconds. That has to be a record for this stage of a race, especially around a street circuit. So good driving tonight, Storm.
Yeah, very good driving. As Willans is now in P5, he made a very good recovery drive, as he spun out in the first few laps, and he's already in P5 now, so very good driving. Good shout
on that one. This is really your only battle going on right now on the track is between Justin and Dan Crowley, and Justin will get Dan on penalties anyway, but yeah, I'm sure still wants to make a nice pass if possible, but Dan has got soft tyres on right now, so it will be a difficult challenge for Justin at this stage. Bacon's progress again it's halted a little bit relative to Sui. I think the best of Bacon's tyres has now passed him by, and Willans is actually catching Bacon to try and take those championship points away from him. Bacon looking for a good result, but he's just going to lose more ground to Dittle Lick at the moment, who at the moment, Storm, is walking away with this championship. Dittle Lick.
Yeah, he put a 12-second gap to his teammate in P2, so that's just outstanding. It's very good drive from him. So
easy pass from Willans. Their soft tyres against Bacon's mediums that I was predicting would be struggling to make the end of the race at this point. So good to know I get the odd thing correct. As you say, fastest lap Cohen at the moment. I wonder who's with a good chance of taking that. Possibly Willans. He's on the soft tyres at the moment. Dan might
Bruno
struggle.
crashed in the coffee section.
Another victim of the castle is Bruno. So
yeah, Bruno is out.
Wow. Okay. Just looking at the gaps at the moment. Dittel has lapped P13, and next on the lapping will be potentially Jamie. I don't imagine that will sit nicely with Jamie's impression of his own driving ability if he does get lapped towards the end here. So that might be a tough one for Jamie to swallow. We'll see whether he goes a bit quiet after the race. I'm sure there'll be plenty of reasons, should we say, why he is where he is. But yeah, Dittel is driving majestically tonight. We're going to get a good view of his car towards the end of the race, I'm sure, because I'll be watching it for 12 seconds before Ben comes to cross the line. Dittel will be starting his last lap very soon. We'll stay with the closest battle at the moment, which is Justin on Dan. Although I get the impression that Justin is quite happy to sit there and take the place on penalties. He's not being too aggressive at the moment, as Dan and he catch iExotic, who's hard tyres. Storm, iExotic has done 18 laps on those hards now.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's the same for Sui. Also on 18 lap old hards. So they did the one-stop work. Yeah, they did make it work.
Yeah, definitely. As have Dittel and Ben. They've gone for that soft hard one-stop strategy, probably helped by the safety car to some extent. Bought them a couple of laps of easy running on the hard tyres. Justin now looking very racy in P8, and like I say, he and Dan were both catching iExotic, but I think Dan made a small mistake going through there.
Yellow flag.
Yellow flag.
Oh, it's Ivan, he's gone.
Oh, not again. So Ivan goes further down the grid. This is we would say in the UK, I don't know if this translates for you, Storm, but we would call this a Marmite track. You either love it or you hate it, and at the moment it's definitely a different story depending on where you are on the track. Some drivers really enjoying today, and some definitely can't wait for the end to come, I think. Yeah, so Justin hasn't got past Dan on that last opportunity. We'll stay with him just through this next DRS zone, see if he can do it. If not, I think we'll go and see our glory run from our P1. Here comes Justin, last possible chance under DRS, but Dan denies him with a sweeping move from the outside line and holds him off for now. Let's go and see what Dittel's up to. He's just lapped somebody, just lapped a Williams. Dudsey, is it? Okay.
Cohen has the fastest lap, by the way. He's in P9, so he will get the extra point.
Yeah, brilliant.
Justin spun. He won in the back of Ben.
Oh, wow, okay. I was just about to say, I think Willans might have a good shot at fastest lap on the last lap here. But we must pay some attention to Dittel weaving around behind the Ghost. Dittel takes the win in Azerbaijan. One of the most dominant Division 2 drives we've seen so far in Celeritas. So congratulations to Dittel. His teammate Ben Watson takes P2. So McLaren and Dittel will be buying the drinks tonight, I'm sure. Here comes Will trying to take P3 on the line from Sui. I think he got him done on the last lap, last straight. So Will gets P3 from Sui in P4. Denied a podium on that final straight. That must hurt. Bacon gets 5th. He will probably stay P2 in the championship. iExotic 6th. Dan in 7th, but Justin was going to get that that 7th place, but didn't in the end with the spin. Justin gets 8th with his teammate Cohen 9th and fastest lap for Cohen. Carrera Fan gets the final point of the race in the Haas. Jamie just coming through the last section now to cross the line. He's got a significant gap to the car in front of Carrera Fan, 28 seconds of gap for Jamie, but Jamie's going to finish this Division 2 race, I hope, if he gets past the pit lane entry, in 11th place. Ivan, racing for Croatian Pride, gets P12 out of tonight, a race of attrition, and looks like Dudsey will be the last one to cross the line, because we also lost Bruno, Matt, Porci, Senna, our pole sitter Sparks, Oosterveer and Ashtube very early on. That was Azerbaijan, Storm.
Yeah, it was a very interesting race, many different strategies, and yeah, it was a good one.
No, it was really good. Really good race. I didn't see which of the Force Indias got driver of the day there. But yes, here comes Dittel and Ben Watson at the top of the podium for McLaren. And of course, not forgetting Willans stealing that position right at the end. Ben Watson has the Icelandic flag there, but I believe he is actually from Britain. But yeah, great race, and congratulations to our podium. Wow, so maybe if you could take us through the finishing order for us, Storm, because I've just done it, so better to hear it from your voice.
A McLaren double podium for McLaren, Dittel P1, followed by Ben Watson. Willans with a very late overtake on Sui, just enough for P3 to finish the podium off. Sui P4, Bacon in P5, iExotic 6, followed by Dan Crowley, followed by the two Dutch drivers of Justin and Cohen. Carrera Fan P10. We have Jamie and Ivan in P13, Dutzy, and to finish it off, the guys who DNF'd, that are Bruno, Matt, Porci, Senna, Ashtube, Sparks, and BMW.
Yeah, wow, okay, so our podium sitters will get first shout at the press conference, Storm, Dittel, Ben and Willans. I wonder if any of those are around to have a chat with us. The usual kind of follow-ups going on, accusations, insults, and congratulations in equal measure in the Discord and some on the YouTube chat. On the YouTube chat, let us know if it's your first time with us. We often try and do podium press conference at the end, and anyone who's got a serious beef or is good value on the chat. If you've got a question for any of our drivers, hit us up on the YouTube link and on the YouTube chat, and we'll try and ask your question if it's suitable. But yeah, Carrera Fans available as usual for a chat. But we will, of course, give prominence to our podium sitters, possibly to Bacon because of the championship positions. Dittel, I think, is going to be on his way, so that's someone to look forward to. Hopefully, we're going to get our winner. It looks like Will is willing to have an interview as well. Storm. So maybe we can queue him up. Yeah. Bruno was happy to retire, apparently. Didn't want to drive anymore. Looks like we've got Dittel on his way. Dittel, congratulations. And that looked one of the most dominant Division 2 races we've seen yet. It looked like you had the measure of your teammate today, though. Ah. Oh, good stuff. Oh, good stuff. Very sporting of you. Were you in a party or live chat or anything? Oh, good stuff. Excellent, excellent. So good teamwork, and it's definitely paying off for the McLaren team. Looks like you've got one hand on the trophy. No, you're right to say that. You're definitely right to say that. It's my job to try and get a quote out of you, though.
Dittel, do you have your audio shared? Or Bacon is telling that the people can't hear you on the stream.
Yeah, so if you go to the party settings, hopefully you can just set your audio to share, and we'll do a quick race review with you.
Is that better?
I'm sure they'll let us know. We can't tell the difference. When I'm talking to you, I have no idea.
Oh, well, that was embarrassing, wasn't
it? No worries. It's happened to everybody. Yeah, you were pipped to pole by Sparks. Did you think you had pole position before that?
No, because I bottled it on the first sector, and then I got it, and I was like, oh, I bet someone's going to beat it, and then... Well, yeah, he beat it.
He did beat it. He definitely did. Yeah, but like you say, were you looking forward to a stronger challenge from him?
I didn't. Well, I went on the first lap. I saw him go into the castle section. I was like, oh, that's not happening, and then he crashed. But no, I didn't think he'd rage quit. Well, I say rage quit. If he had serious damage, I get why he left. But on lap 1, because there's a safety car, you could still stop and. You'd be on the back of everyone. Yeah. He may even be in the lead if he'd stopped.
I believe he had a second incident after that castle turn. He came out the pits. We saw him get a track limits penalty, and then suddenly there was a yellow flag, and he tumbled down the order even further. So I think perhaps he had a second incident, and at that point, yeah, I think the rage was pretty strong. So,
if he had another one after stopping, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, definitely. Well. So that was a great win, and you've extended your lead at the top of the championship from Bacon. I know you and Bacon were giving some good chat before the race tonight.
Yeah, everyone says I'm really quick, but I don't think I am. I think I'm just relatively consistent.
Yeah, I mean consistent, and you had a 12-odd second win with a safety car tonight. So I think you're quick and consistent. I think that's okay.
I don't think it would have been 12 seconds if Sparks was there.
Okay. So. Little bit of shade thrown on your teammate there, perhaps.
Oh no! If he practiced, yeah, he could be up there, but he wouldn't practice, so it's fun.
No problem. Yep. Good stuff. So, how are you feeling about racing with Celeritas and the next race to come?
Oh, it is actually sick. It's really good because everyone really talks a lot in the paddock, and we get a lot of good banter in the paddock chat. And I don't want to name drop anyone, but Jamie supplies a lot of banter, which is good fun.
Yes, he did ask. He did ask last week if we could give him what kind of role he could have, and I did suggest the Archbishop of Banterbury as one of them. So
yeah, that sounds about right.
But yeah, good to talk to you. We've got Hungary next, so a very, very different challenge. How are you set up for a race around the Hungaroring?
Oh, I hate Hungary with a burning passion, but we did the Formula C on Tuesday.
Yep.
And I think it was going alright. Well, no, it wasn't going alright. I lucked into a podium, and then I bottled it, and then my internet went.
Right.
So, if that doesn't happen on next week, well, I don't know actually. Maybe I'd be happy if I get a top 3.
Well, you've got some race experience behind you and some advantage to try and get hold of a good setup at least around Hungary. Well, you've got plenty of time to practice, Dittel. Congratulations tonight, and great to talk to you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, man. Thanks. Did I see Sui join the party?
Yep.
Hey, Sui, am I pronouncing your name right, first of all?
Yes, you are.
Brilliant. Okay. Well, welcome to Celeritas. Welcome to the press conference section. How was your race tonight?
Well, thank you. First of all, I'm glad to be here. And the race, the start wasn't what I was expecting, honestly. I got spun and I was kind of disheartened after that, but luckily was able to get a recovery drive and get fourth.
Yeah. Yeah, it
I think
was
it
a
went
really
pretty
good
well.
result from there, but yeah, it looked like Will got you just at the end.
Yeah, he had a ERS saved up and obviously the fast retire, and I just burned through my ERS trying to battle early on, so
Yeah.
it was very unfortunate there.
Well, you do join us fully now as a Division 2 driver for AlphaTauri. Is that right?
Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. Well, good to have another American with us as well. We've got a cowboy in Texas and a German American in Portudude. So are you? Whereabouts are you from?
I'm on the West Coast. I'm in the U.S. in Arizona.
Oh, sweet. Okay, so it's properly early where you are.
Yeah, right now it's 11:30.
Okay, very big difference to some of our drivers. I know we've got Carrera fan racing out of the United Arab Emirates, and it's getting pretty late for him at this time of night. So, spanning the world on Celeritas. Well, it's great to have you. What about qualifying? How did that go for you tonight?
Qualifying is definitely not the result that I wanted. I feel like I could have went a little bit quicker. I lost a lot of time in like 2 back-to-back corners.
Yeah.
But overall, I was still happy to be inside the top 10 for qualifying.
So, any incidents in the race tonight? Did you witness, or did you get involved in any battles with any drivers?
I did. I had a few good little battles. I'm not sure with who exactly. And then of course the start. That was pretty much my only incident.
Yeah.
Um, but other than that, it was pretty clean. I did notice at some point of the battles that I was having, like I wasn't getting left any room. But I mean, it's no big deal. I just
It's
had to back off
it
a
is a
little bit.
difficult circuit to leave racing room in a lot of the places on the track, but yeah,
Exactly.
I know that you join the league with a bit of a reputation, I think, for good driving and racecraft. It seems from the chat I've read already this week.
Yeah, I try my best to just be as clean as possible, try to keep my pace consistently, and just have fun with everybody, have good battles.
Excellent. Well, you're very welcome, and congratulations on debuting with a P4. Fantastic work. You've got it's Hungary next week. Very different challenge ahead of you.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not too excited about that one. I definitely struggle and spin myself a lot, but
Not a lot
I'll
of
just
love
try
for
my
Hungary
best.
tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult.
Well, yeah, good to have you. Hope you enjoy the real life racing this weekend. We've got our Division 1 race tomorrow night, same time. If you fancy joining us on the chat on the YouTube link. But yeah, great to see you, and hopefully talk to you again soon.
Yeah, I'll definitely be watching tomorrow, and thank you for having me.
Awesome,
Glad to
thanks,
be
Sue.
here.
Thanks a lot. Um, Anybody else, Storm? Did anybody join us in the middle of that interview?
Dylan, so you're.
Oh, excellent. Willans,
Yeah,
great drive. Great drive tonight.
thank you.
Looked like a bit of a recovery job.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was fighting with, well, I qualified P3, and then obviously Sparks had his issue.
Yes.
So I was P2, and then I got past Dittle, pulled away from Dittle, but I just couldn't quite pull the second. I pulled like 0.95 seconds, so he got the DRS and then flew straight back up to the back of me.
Gotcha.
And that slowed us up with us fighting. He got past, I got a little bit of oversteer, and I think it was Dittle's teammate then went into the back of me, so I went straight into the wall, lost the whole wing.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty happy to get back to P3, really.
Yeah. A storming drive through. Did you feel you maximised the strategy decisions?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think there was really anything else I could have done today. I don't think P2 or P1 were really within reach after what happened. So.
Yeah. I was looking to you for fastest lap towards the end there, but it looked like you had a little bit of compromise on that project by having to get past Sui at the end.
Well, I was fighting for the whole laps that I was on the softs, basically. I
Yeah.
think I caught up to Exotic, and then I was fighting Exotic, and then Impossible Bacon, and then Sui on the final laps.
How much practice did you manage to get in, and were you happy with the setup?
If I'm going to be truthfully honest, I didn't do any practice, and I stole the setup 5 minutes before the race.
Wow. So who did you steal the setup from?
My guy, Impossible Bacon.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, he'll be ruining that decision. He didn't give you a steer in the wrong direction.
Yeah, he should have told me to go with 9-10 wings.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, it worked out for you in the end. What about quali? I mean, quali looked really strong from you.
Yeah, I mean, I went and set a purple lap time, and I was like, it was a pretty decent lap. It was tidy. It wasn't incredible, but it wasn't bad. And it was purple, and then I was like thinking to myself in the back of my head, this, maybe. And then it took me to the spectator view, obviously, because the session had ended. And as soon as I loaded into the spectator view, I just saw Dittle's name and purple sector 2. I was like, never mind.
You didn't get to enjoy that feeling for very long then.
I'm happy with P3 without any practice. So.
Yeah, definitely. No, well, a great race. And how are you feeling about the race to come in Hungary?
I despise Hungary.
Everybody hates it.
I really hate it, but we'll see.
What's the trouble for
Hopefully.
you? Is it low grip? Is it that horrible chicane in the middle? What's the biggest problem?
It's more just that I'm just so freaking slow. I just can't. There's just certain tracks that just no comprende. Just doesn't work.
Got it. Okay. Well, yeah. Hopefully you can maximise the result anyway, and keep your journey through the championship. Looks like you're racing strong, and hopefully can try and secure a good position for Mercedes this year.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I haven't done many races, obviously, joining throughout the season, so there isn't much really for me to fight for in that respect. But obviously, give it you all every single race anyway.
Yeah.
Aim to maximise the finishing position, really.
Yeah, good stuff. Well, yeah, good to talk to you. Thanks for joining us after the race, and yeah, well done on a fantastic recovery.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Cheers, man. Okay. Anytime you want to ask a question, Stum, obviously go ahead.
No, go ahead. This is much better than me. I have to think before I say something.
Yeah, some people might argue I ought to spend more time thinking before I say things, but there you go. Anybody else likely? I don't know. We've got a lot of time left now. Someone in the chat suggesting Ivan, and I think he's open to the idea. He's very happy with his comeback from the race, but I think I'm probably nearing the end of my my allotted time, Storm. I don't know how you feel. Are you desperate to speak to anybody else?
No, it's all right. I mean, 3 drivers is enough, right? We don't. Otherwise, next race we may give an interview with the whole grid. So we could say for each race maybe 2 or 3 drivers, and that's all good.
Okay, good stuff. Yeah, well, good stuff. Good drive. It's a test run for tomorrow night. I know you won't be with us, Storm, but I'm sure you'll catch up on what's been going on tomorrow night in Division 1. Any picks for the race tomorrow? You can't say Prime.
I can't say Prime.
No.
We have a new driver, CRG Velo. I'm not sure. He says that he's fast. I don't know. We'll see. So I'm expecting a lot from his side. And well, yeah, maybe Thought.
Yeah,
what
of course.
Surprise.
Yeah, and possibly FedEx as well. He'll be on a charge. And will you be with us on Tuesday, or are you staying out of the seat for Formula C?
Nope, I'm a reserve Tuesday.
Ah, okay.
So I won't be driving.
All right.
Race
well,
engineer.
to everyone on the chat, thank you for sticking with us. I hope you've enjoyed the interviews. I hope you've enjoyed the race. Let us know your thoughts in the Discord or in the main comments on the channel. As we mentioned at the start, we celebrated 100 subscribers, and for the first few months of a new league, we're really pleased with that result. Please share and subscribe to the channel. Share it with your friends if you've enjoyed this evening, and I hope our podium drivers can share their success with their mates as well tonight. All being said, we'll see you again tomorrow night at 6 p.m. UK for Division 1, 8 p.m. Tuesday for Formula C, and same time next week for the next race in Division 2. I hope everyone enjoys the real life race this weekend as well. And Storm, it's been a pleasure as usual.
Yeah, thank you very much. It was a great race, and thank you everyone for watching the stream.
Yeah. So thanks again from all of us at Celeritas, and we will catch you on the next race day.